Hello everyone. So today here once again to answer some questions. I have some very interesting questions that I need to answer, and I will start. Probably I'm going to make almost one video for each question because they are in some way a little bit longer. So the first here, I already answered one. So the second one in line is how much time did I take to write my etudes opus 1, and also if I had any injury during practicing them, and if I'm going to record them all at some point. Okay, so for the ones who don't know what is these etudes, because many people never heard about them. Maybe many people even don't know that I compose. I don't know, but it's important to say that what's the background for this. My opus 1, my first opus of etudes, is a result of works that I made in the times that I was practicing to become a concert pianist. And my way of practicing was quite different from the standard. Why? When I went to the music university, the very first day of the class, I remember the teacher, a very bad teacher by the way, arrived in front of us and said, "Oh, I'm not going to listen to any of you playing. I'm going to teach you all the piano technique from zero." And the students were all a little bit scared, but I feel very excited about that. They say, "Great!" And she looked at me and I said, "Because my dream is to become a concert pianist, so I want to make my technique as perfect as possible." When I say this, she started laughing. And I said, "Ha ha ha ha." And she said, "Ah, you want to be a concert pianist? So you need be born again in Russia and start playing piano when you are 3 years old. And when you become 30 years old, maybe you're going to become someone." And all the other students, like, it seems that they take a cold bath, everyone like killed their dreams in that moment. But despite the fact that later I discovered that she was a bad teacher, the comment was good. And when she said that, make me think that yes, I cannot do the same way that everyone do. I cannot build myself using the same method that everyone did in a so late moment of my life. I was late doing this. I was already in university. How can I think about build myself as a concert pianist in university doing the same standard way that children start doing when they are 3-4 years old? So yes, it's not reasonable. And that made me think that I could not follow what I was trying to follow in that moment. And my next step was I need to find a way to solve this problem. And how I would solve? Well, who are the most challenging composers for the piano technique? Which are the most difficult pieces ever writing? Which are the most difficult to read? Which techniques are the most annoying, and what make me control all of them? So in that time, I remember I checked everything I could about recordings, about musical scores, all information about discussions about this subject, and I discovered that many people that discuss this, they don't know, normally they know nothing about technique. So this is the worst part, because you lose a lot of time with people that say, "Oh, the most difficult is this, the most difficult is that," and they never even read that score correctly. So there are a lot of wannabes explaining this kind of thing. But at some point I reached to what I call my top 20 pieces that I say, okay, I never see anything more demanding than this probably, and these are the things that I will stop my life from now, and I will not do anything different in my life until the moment that I can play these pieces correctly in a concert quality. But maybe this can take years, but I was open to not change this opinion anymore. And now I'm going to stop my life and do this. It's going to take 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I don't care. I will do that because this is what I want. I was going the direction to catch my dream. So I say, okay, and I stopped my life. I stopped it. There was no getting out with friends for drinking, for chasing girls, nothing like this. I stopped my life. I said, okay, now I'm going to study. And 2.5 years was what I needed to reach what I wanted in that moment. And during this process, I start to develop my etudes Opus 1. That are pieces where I start to think about techniques that goes a little bit beyond everything that I was dealing with. So in some way, some people can say these are the most difficult pieces. Among the most difficult pieces ever writing, yes, for sure. Maybe someone can say, oh, I don't agree that this piece here is one of the most difficult. Maybe, because sometimes different hands have different approach. You sometimes one technique that's very easy for someone is very difficult for another. But for sure they are not easy in any sense, and they are supposed to be challenged for someone that is practicing the most difficult stuff that I have ever found. So I start making these etudes. I make 12 etudes. Most part of them is dealing with specifically one kind of technique or two kinds of technique at the same time, or three sometimes, but they are focused with the technique. But I make them thinking about the music, yes, because otherwise there's no meaning. Otherwise it's just exercise, and then I would call exercises, but it's not. They are etudes. So, continuing the questions here, so this is my etudes Opus 1, and how long it takes to be done? Well, I use it as reference for my second etude, one sketch that I made in 1998, 1999. So that means, and this I started thinking about I'm doing these etudes, it was like 2001, 2002. So let's say that from 99, because 98 is imprecise, but 99 to 2019, last time I make some revision, it's 20 years of that I take to consider, oh, I did these etudes. And by the way, the last one is still not even typeset, but it's done. Just I need typeset it at some point, but all are done. And so it takes 20 years to make the 12 etudes. Because I was not thinking I want 12 etudes. For some time I even was planning maybe 13, 14, not sure about number. I was not caring too much. I'm not following a pattern of keys or something like this. They are not in this sense. So it's still on the same kind of question. Did you have some injury during practicing them? No. I had not injury, but I have two moments in my life that I feel some pain. This is why I always say that pain is too dangerous and you must always avoid. One time I was traveling to Poland and I went to a bus with my bag, big bag, very heavy. And I was going to put in the upper part of the bus, and the bus moved in the exactly moment, and that fall, and I tried to hold with the arm, and I fall together, and that make my left hand, my left hand, a little bit hurt for some days. But not because I was playing. I even make a concert with pain in that time, but because of this was one kind of pain that I had. And in another moment, I remember that I was a little bit stressed too much for a concert, and I forced myself too much. And this is where I say that you must never force when you feel pain. And then I feel a little bit more pain one day. For 1 day, 2 days, I feel uncomfortable. But after this, I always take care and never feel any pain, or because I always stop before I feel any any hard, uncomfortable feeling. Sometimes you feel some not nice, but no pain, no. As I always say, this is the first rule. So no real injury during practicing them. And if I'm going to record them all at some point, yes, it's my intention, especially now with the Patreon, is to post all my stuff there. I want to make recordings in video of all my compositions, all my transcriptions at some point. Now I just need some time because I'm using my time a lot for teaching. I have students online, I have students here in China. So this is something that demands a little bit time too, because you need to spend 1 hour, 1 hour and a half sometimes with some students. And if you have in a period you have like more students, you have less time for practice. So this kind of piece, of course, you need to practice. Everyone that is going to make concerts need to keep practicing, and if you're going to make recordings, much more, because you want your recording to be as good as possible. And now I have the technology around, I can make recordings. but I want to do everything as good as possible. So yes, the Opus 1 will be available at some point in video, probably inside the Patreon. I have no plans of publishing anywhere else. So this, I think, answers this question. It's already 10 minutes long, but thank you for asking about my etudes. I'm happy that someone is interested in what I did as a composer too, especially in my etudes. If you have any question concerning my works, you can always ask. That's it. So I'm going to move to other questions that I will be making in the next videos. So they will be all answered. See you.